Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Canelo versus Crawford, episode 14. Yeah, that's right. Already on the 14th week, man. Since we started this thing, the weeks are flying by, and we still got a lot of time to go until this fight actually goes down. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. And of course, we're going to talk about everything that happened in boxing this week, not just Canelo and Crawford, because thus far it hasn't been too much of a debate. But salute to everybody in the building. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat early. He says, Bushido Boxing, we keep going, bro. That's right, bro. We gonna keep going. Then he sends another one. He says, Bud gonna get that butt whooping delivered. Watch. Yeah, man. We've been hearing a lot of things about Bud, man. All of a sudden, Bud he's the juice monster now, all of a sudden. I mean, we of course, if you didn't see the video that we put out earlier, be sure to check that out. We talked about the juice monster, Terrence Crawford. We talked about the juice monster. And yeah, man, that's the new narrative for Bud now. He's juicing out here in these boxing streets. Salute to everybody in the building. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Pretty interesting boxing weekend. Let's see who's in here. Salute to Bud. Go stop Canelo. Salute. Yeah, we gonna wait till some more people get in the building before we get to cooking. Got some things to show you guys today. Canelo just started camp this week, right? Canelo just started camp. Canelo's getting things going. They're getting them excuses ready. Yeah, of course. They worry. The video from Fanon Boxing, he looked like a guy that was in just panic mode. Bonafide panic mode. I don't really necessarily want to play the clip because I don't know what that guy's gonna do, right? So yeah, he really said he don't care what nobody thinks. The dude is a juice monster. He beat up on Errol Spence, and now he's going to this thing, juice to the gills. It's basically what he was saying. And there was a lot of other people starting to say the same thing. That Bud Crawford just, how did he get so big? I mean, but look at the dude's hands, though. You know what I'm saying? You said just the audio? Hold on, let's see. Now smash that like button. We'll take a little second for some people to get up in here. We just getting started.
To Charlo's 154. He ain't got power like Terence Crawford. He ain't got stamina like Terence Crawford. He ain't got skills or a resume. And Canelo couldn't do nothing. Canelo tried to be physical with Charlo, tried to walk him down, bully him, load up, and it didn't work. Charlo kept moving, kept surviving, and Canelo couldn't cut the ring off. Now imagine the same fight, but with Terence Crawford, better rhythm, better footwork, better distance control, and when Canelo misses, Crawford's popping him, stepping off and resetting. Crawford's not gonna freeze that Charlo. He's gonna make Canelo pay every single time. I can't wait.
Yeah. Salute to everybody in the building. Hold up. I got the audio, man. I got the audio ready that quick. Hold up. For those who didn't hear it. I don't know why people.
I don't care what you people say about Terrence Crawford. For the
My bad, you guys. All right, let's see.
I don't care what you people say about Terrence Crawford for the rest of his career. In my opinion, that dude is a juice monster. I just saw him working out ahead of the Canelo Alvarez fight. The dude looks like Hulk fucking Hogan. Nigga, get off that shit before it kills you. Jesus Christ, bro. You got arrow with it? Cool. Stop doing the shit. You're overdoing it, bro. Don't nobody believe this shit. You look like a goddamn NFL linebacker, nigga, jumping the ropes with weights on your vest. Nigga, you look like a juice monster. Fuck off, Terrence Crawford. I don't believe shit about your career. Personally, I don't believe a fucking thing about your career because you look like a fucking steroid monster trying to cheat Canelo Alvarez, who's a steroid monster. Cheating on cheating on cheating. Disgusting.
Wow. Hopefully that didn't sound as bad as it did on my end. Hopefully the stream out gets us together as the stream goes. I got full service. I don't know what's going on, but that's what people are saying. People with over 100-some thousand subscribers is coming out here on YouTube saying those things. Mind you, Bud Crawford never tested positive for PEDs, none of that stuff, right? Never got caught smoking weed, none of that. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Hit the one in the chat if you can hear me. I'm not sure what's going on. Like I said, stream out. Right? You said we can't. Hold up, bro. You know what, let me back out and come back in. Jesus Christ, now it's two things up in here. Hit one in the chat if you guys can hear me. If it sounds better. Salute to everybody in the building. Hold up. This shit happen like every Sunday, bro. This shit is like ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. said it's still breaking up. Man, I got perfect connection right now, bro. Maybe it can't be this bitch on the screen. They can't be taking up no bandwidth, bro. Hold on, let me take that off. This shit's white, dog. You said it's still breaking up? You said you still can't hear? Man, ain't no way, bro. I don't know, man. We may have to cancel the show for this week. We may have to cancel the show for this week, y'all. Because this shit, I'm not sure what's going on here. You said still glitchy. All right, let me try to back out one more time. Yo, better now. Hit one and check if it's better. If not, then we'll have to, we may have to cancel the show for this week due to technical difficulties. You said the Canelo. You said they sabotaging the show. Yeah, they is, man. They messing with the internet, man. Or StreamYard. Um, I'm trying to use Streamlabs. Only reason why I'm even using StreamYard because I had to pay for it for this month, just to use the intro. But I'm probably use Streamlabs from here on out. Okay, we good now? All right, cool. Jesus Christ, bro. Damn, dog. Like, come on, StreamYard. But yeah, man, let's get this thing going. For non-boxing, amongst a lot of other people actually, and I had some conversations behind the scenes about it. And I guess this is a thing, man. Guys are really insinuating Crawford is on PEDs. They can't believe the size gain, how big he's gotten. They just can't believe it. You said it's kind of working out. It's clear. I'm literally like right by the internet too, right by the modem and everything. There's no. It's got to be streaming out if it's still bad. You said you glad they saying he on PEDs? Yeah, they saying Bud on PEDs, man. I guess Bud Crawford's on PEDs all of a sudden now. They can't. They at an all time low. Instead of breaking down a fight, we just go say this dude is on PEDs, man. You see this dude? I got something I want to show y'all though. Let me see. Let me see if I got it right here. Yeah. Now that body shot landed from Jamel. But look at this. What was that? What was that? What was that? Jamel throwing fake punches, bro. Come on, man. Smash the like button, bro. You said Heyman told Trello to take a dive. Bro, you seen that punch combo right in the beginning. I wish Streamer I'll let you pause it mid video, but um he threw those two punches, bro, that uppercut and that right hand, and bro, what was you doing? What was you doing? And that's the fight that people like to use as a testing gauge for Crawford. because Jamel is a guy that kind of went up, and but look how Jamel was fighting, bro. Look how Jamel was fighting in comparison, bro. Like what was this? Like, okay, the body shot landed. You can actually hear it with the sound on. Then this right here, whoop, he missed. Oh man, y'all gotta stop playing with me. You gotta stop playing with me. Just gave in. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely pathetic. You said that defense was subtle, bro. That was crazy, dog. Jamel pulled the shit out of that combo. He pulled the hell out of that. Horrible display. And we haven't seen the fool since.
To Charlo's 154. He ain't got power like Terence Crawford. He ain't got stamina like Terence Crawford. He ain't got skills or a resume. And Canelo couldn't do nothing. Canelo tried to be physical with Charlo, tried to walk him down, bully him, load up, and it didn't work. Charlo kept moving, kept surviving, and Canelo couldn't cut the ring off. Now imagine the same fight, but with Terence Crawford, better rhythm, better footwork, better distance control, and when Canelo misses, Crawford's popping him, stepping off and resetting. Crawford's not gonna freeze like Charlo. He's gonna make Canelo pay every single time. I can't wait.
That's Regal Boxing, man. Go check him out, man. But yeah, man, I got something else too, man. Canelo was apparently he spars not only the Ellis brother, Ronald Ellis, but he spars Pooh Ennis, the big brother of Jerron Boots Ennis. It's actually the sound is muted because dude giving commentary, but the sound muted because there's a song playing in the background. But this is Canelo in a pretty good sparring session with Pooh Ennis. I'm not sure which fight this was, but this was some good work. And Pooh Ennis actually um, gave Canelo some good work. Canelo, he isn't. He's not that guy who's gonna throw reckless abandonment or whatever they call it. Like he's not about to just take unnecessary risk at all.
Yeah, Pooh. Pooh backing right up. Mind you, Canelo is a superstar at this time. He's supposed to be putting in work. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Right back. Pooh with the tight defense. Canelo looking for the body work. Right back with the body. Downstairs up top. Okay, Canelo, come back up top. Ooh, okay. And it's with the right hand. With the right hand landing. Okay, Canelo to the body. Okay, and it's back to the body, Canelo. Yeah, I'm right, Pooh, like I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Okay, tight defense. Nothing. All elbow work. Ooh, Canelo try to go upstairs to the body. Pooh, like I'm giving you a different look now. Ooh, shoulder rolls. He nasty with it. Nothing. Counter. Ooh, back up ball me.
Canelo and Pooh Ennis. Y'all smash that like button. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says, Fanon is a coward. What a real man would do is simply Say Bud beat my favorite fighter, Spence. All credit deserved. But instead, he keep hating on him. I didn't know Fanon was still really active, bro. That was my first time seeing a Fanon video in a long time, and that was a lot of hate right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot of hate from Fanon. I remember when Fanon first came around, before he even came on camera, man. He was a different guy, bro. He was a different guy. It's crazy how people could change so much over the years. But yeah, for the people that didn't hear it,
I don't care what you people say about Terrence Crawford for the rest of his career. In my opinion, that dude is a juice monster. I just saw him working out ahead of the Canelo Alvarez fight. The dude looks like Hulk fucking Hogan. Nigga, get off that shit before it kills you. Jesus Christ, bro. You got arrow with it? Cool. Stop doing the shit. You're overdoing it, bro. Don't nobody believe this shit. You look like a goddamn NFL linebacker, nigga, jumping the ropes with weights on your vest. Nigga, you look like a juice monster. Fuck off, Terrence Crawford. I don't believe shit about your career. Personally, I don't believe a fucking thing about your career because you look like a fucking steroid monster trying to cheat Canelo Alvarez, who's a steroid monster. Cheating on cheating on cheating. Disgusting.
wow, right? That is insane, bro. That is insane. But for the people that actually test positive, they have nothing to say, bro. They can't. They can't even believe Bud Crawford just got that big. They just can't believe it. Now he's juicing. A juice monster. Crazy, bro. Oh, I missed the super chat? Hold up. Oh, shoot. Salute the Falcon for the super chat. He says, remind me of Tony shaving points and blue chips when the coach confronted him and he cried, that's Charlo. That's why he hid his face. What you mean, shaving points and blue chips? yeah, man. We haven't seen Charlo in a while. Wait, hold up. Speaking of Charlo, where he at? We haven't seen Charlo in a while, man. We haven't seen Jamel in a while, man. He disappeared from boxing, bro. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button. Come on in, man. It hasn't been too much of a debate. Now the whole thing is now this Terrence Crawford just cheating and shit all of a sudden. Fans were rather accuse a guy of cheating rather than hammer down on the guy that actually get caught cheating. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, smash that like button. That was pretty crazy for Fernando, man. Yeah, ain't it? Trying to cheat Canelo is wild, ain't it? Oh, you say he found a player that was paid to fix games. Oh, man, I can't remember what happened in Blue Chip, bro. But that Jamel shit looks sus as hell, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Look at this shit. That body shot landed. But then this combo right here, he missed the whole combo. Either Canelo's defense is that great or Jamel Charlo just threw some shit out there, bro. I don't think he I don't think the plan was for him to go out there and really beat Canelo, bro. He fought a lot harder than that against Erickson Lubin and all the other guys he's fought against and Brian Castano and all those guys. Look at that. He sat there and ate that. His guard was wide open. He sat there and ate that. Look at that. He didn't move. He didn't try to move his legs. He sat there and literally ate that punch, y'all. and it wasn't fast at all either. In fast motion, in normal speed is not even fast. Come on, man. But that's the fight they want to use to determine that Crawford's going to lose. All right. Yeah, he sold his legacy for the bag, bro. He did. Jamel had a good legacy going, and he had a good reputation, despite him not being necessarily like a fan favorite fighter. Jamel Charlo had a good reputation going, man, and I honestly feel like he sold out, bro. At the very least, I'm not saying he should have gone out there and beat Canelo, but I thought he could have did better than that, bro. He could have did better than that. I don't care what nobody say. He could have put up a much better fight than that. Canelo is not that much better than him, bro. He's not. Since when is Canelo better than the Charlos? When was that a thing? Get out of here, man. He was avoiding the Charlos for years. He knew going into that fight what he was gonna do. Sold out his legacy, bro. That's why we haven't saw him in a couple of years, man. It's not like he got beat up real bad or anything. We just ain't seen him. Just like we haven't seen Billy Joe. Just like how we haven't seen Kovalev. You said them recent training videos got yeah, Bud got them people shook. Oh, I missed the super chat. My bad, bro. Hold up. Man, where's it at? Salute the Hollow Ninja for a super chat. He says, I see Bud whooping Fernand ass before he retired. If he can get his hands on him. If he can get his hands on him, dog. He ain't gonna get his hands on him, though. A lot of the bigger channels still don't like Bud, though. Like, what's that? Ego. I don't know if Ego. I don't know what's going on boxing Ego, but um Showbiz is picking Canelo for 9. You know, a few of the bigger channels. You said Ego hate Bud? Oh yeah, Bud was talking shit to him. You said Ego hate on Bud every day? What's that to hate on, bro? That's funny as hell, bro. I see Blue Blood wised up though. Blue Blood, he know what's up. But um, I think the people that was really going for Spence at that time, that blow was just so vicious, dog. They truly believed that Errol Spence was better than him. They truly believed it, or at the very least, Crawford was overrated. They truly believed that shit. And then when Bud got up in there with Spence, they saw they saw a nightmare, dog. They saw a nightmare. Trust me, if it was hard for me to watch, I know it was hard for them to watch, bro. I know it was hard for them to watch that, bro. There's no way that was easy for them to watch. That's when it began, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is when it began, man. And then, of course, Crawford talked a lot of shit on social media back to some of these dudes. He somewhat embarrassed these guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you think Shane? I'm glad you brought up Shane Mosley, Hollow Ninja. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the. You didn't think Shane Mosley getting paid? Shane Mosley, bro. I'm glad you brought him up. Um, Shane Mosley getting paid, bro. Something's going on with Shane. If you see him in his more recent interview on Mill City Boxing, Shane look like he owns some shit. And Devin Haney had to address it like, man, Shane on drugs himself. But Shane is pretty much insinuating that. See, the thing with Shane, bro, one thing I don't like, and everybody's entitled to their opinions and shit like that. I don't like snake-like behavior, bro. I don't like snake-like shit, bro. I'm all about loyalty and shit like that. I can't stand Shane Mosley to me is a snake. Shane is he said some stuff, but the problem thing is Shane was cornering Devin in one of his fights more recently. He was cornering him, and then like the next month later, he's like kind of shitting on him, and now he's even insinuating that he's cheating. Like, what the fuck is going on with dude, bro? You said Clarissa cooked Shane about picking Canelo. Clarissa go always stand 10 toes down. Low down, dirty Shane. Facts, bro. A low down, dirty Shane, man. Shane Mosley fell off, bro. Dog, he can't even. Nah, man. He just show like snake like shit, like, and then he didn't make no sense either when you hear him. It was 3 minutes of him just kind of just rambling. It sounded like he damn near punchy or some shit. I think a lot of the older fighters are somewhat envious of these fighters right now because it's so much money, and I think boxing is in a really good place. Better place than it's been in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Better place than it's been in a long time. And I think a lot of the older fighters are somewhat jealous. You know what I'm saying? They're somewhat jealous. But Shane be showing some snake-like qualities, man. How you go corner a guy and train him for a fight, and then be talking shit about him like next week later and shit? That's some bogus ass shit. So if I was a fighter, I wouldn't want him nowhere near me talking to me about nothing. Get away from me, dog. You said boy got the right mindset going into the fight. Oh yeah, bro. All I needed to hear was B said he going Super Saiyan. He said he going Super Saiyan. And what else he said? Oh, I'm already down 2 rounds. Come on, man. That's all I need to hear, bro. I don't really need to hear nothing else, me personally. But yeah, that's all I need to hear, dog. That he knows he's down 2 rounds and he gonna go Super Saiyan in this motherfucker. That's all I need to hear. What's up, Jason Williams? I see you in the building. Canelo's that box rec is kind of old, I think. I think that's a little outdated now. Hit that like button, man. You said Shane, same guy that said Spence hurt butt. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Yeah, he did, bro. I'm telling you, Shane Mosley losing his shit, y'all. And Shane Mosley took a lot of damage later in his career too. If we remember, he was taking a lot of punches. He had a chin like a motherfucker, but he took a lot of punches, bro. And it's starting to show now. He's just saying anything now. You said Bud getting put to sleep. What's up, Deborah? What round Bud getting put to sleep in? Yeah, Shane did say that Errol Spence knocked out Crawford in sparring, bro. He said that. That was crazy. But see, that was the beginning of the that was the early signs of the CTE. We wasn't paying it no attention. We thought Shane was just trying to look for attention. But now he's been really coming out just kind of just he sounded crazier and crazier on every interview. Canelo haven't put nothing to sleep since she said, what Deborah say? That Bud will get knocked out. Well, if you look at Canelo's last several fights that we got on the screen here, he hasn't knocked out anybody in a long time. Good luck with that. Good luck knocking out Terrence Crawford. Nah, Tony Harrison didn't look as good as he should have. Tony Harrison didn't look good as he should have, and he gets caught in the ninth round every fight. We gotta study that. That has to be studied. Why this guy always getting hurt in the ninth round? That's like something crazy. Yeah, Shane accused Floyd of being on PEDs too, man. But didn't Shane get caught on PEDs? Didn't Shane test positive? Like what are we doing? Yeah, I'm gonna check out Tony, bro. And you said he's slurring and shit now. Tony never used to talk. Remember Tony used to talk. I mean, we got the Charlo clips from years ago when he was cooking Charlo. So if we can go based off of that, and then we look at him now, he's a different guy. Then the effects of the boxing is taking its toll on him. It seemed like it's taking its toll on Shane Mosley too. You said Shane was in a Balco scandal. You said no, but he testified on himself. You said, "Yep, Shane tested positive." That's what I thought. Yeah, Tony used to pop his shit quick with it. Yeah, he did, man. Crawford's not the biggest puncher, but he gets the knockout. He stops fights. Mijimov was one of the few guys to survive Bud. Salute to him for magically surviving that. Those guys don't survive that. The Eastern European dudes survive Bud. Everybody else gets slaughtered. It's crazy, right? Yeah, Shane said that Canelo wins easy, bro. I think Xander got a lot of work to do. We better enjoy Bud Crawford while we got him, man. We ain't gonna be too many more fights with this guy. I think this Canelo fight is gonna be the last one. That's why he got to make sure that performance is a great one.
I don't care what you people say about Terrence Crawford for the rest of his career. In my opinion, that dude is a juice monster. I just saw him working out ahead of the Canelo Alvarez fight. The dude looks like Hulk fucking Hogan. Nigga, get off that shit before it kills you. Jesus Christ, bro. You got arrow with it? Cool. Stop doing the shit. You're overdoing it, bro. Don't nobody believe this shit. You look like a goddamn NFL linebacker, nigga, jumping the ropes with weights on your vest. Nigga, you look like a juice monster. Fuck off, Terrence Crawford. I don't believe shit about your career. Personally, I don't believe a fucking thing about your career because you look like a fucking steroid monster trying to cheat Canelo Alvarez, who's a steroid monster. Cheating on cheating on cheating. Disgusting.
Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. That's what some of the boxing world is saying right now in regards to Terrence Crawford's new physique, right? Bud showed us weeks ago that he was like 100 and what? Well, I ain't got it no more. He showed us weeks ago that he was like 100 and like 86 pounds or some shit like that. That was a while ago. 100 and whatever that was. He get to eat more now. Yeah, Fanon was a huge Errol Spence fan, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a huge Errol Spence fan. He was. So that defeat was vicious for him, bro. You gotta understand. If it was hard for me to watch, if that was hard for me to watch, imagine a hardcore Errol Spence fan like Fanon. Imagine how hard it was for him. Hold up, I seen a super chat. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, what you think Bud would do if he pull up on Fanon? He ain't gonna hit him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna probably try to like embarrass him. Maybe. I don't know, bro. I don't think Fanon is gonna be around to be around Terrence Crawford. Maybe Fanon to be at the Canelo fight, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen. I mean, what could you do? You know what I'm saying? You can't just be just hitting on people because they talking shit about you. Especially when you're a world class athlete. You just can't do that. You just gotta go out there and beat him up. The way you deal with that is do what he's been doing. Keep winning. You know what I'm saying? Just keep winning. That's all he got to do. Yeah, Fanon's an OG. You can't be slapping him up. And Fanon seemed to, I mean, he's a lot different than what he used to be. I'll tell you that. You said put it up to you, Lance Armstrong was up. I mean, look, man, we can't talk about nobody fucking being dirty when Canelo Alvarez himself popped dirty. So how dare we even insinuate that Terrence Crawford is a dirty fighter when the guy he's fighting tested positive? When the guy he's fighting, everybody in his camp tested positive, bro. So nah, man, we can't just do that. Come on, bro. Y'all tripping. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says for 9 heads shaped like a sperm cell. Hell no. Yeah, I didn't even know Fanon was still active until recently, bro. What's up, Jessica? I see you in the building, sis. But what else happened in boxing? Oh, Shakur and Tio, real quick. Shakur and Tio. What do we think about that fight? Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez finally respond to Shakur Stevenson. He said, remember what happened to Barbosa? He said, man, I ain't no Barbosa boy. Sign the contract. Get that paperwork going. So we go see if this fight happens between Shakur and Teofimo Lopez. We already know what's going to happen. It's going to be a good fight, but we already know what's going to happen. Teofimo Lopez is going to struggle tremendously with Shakur Stevenson. Tremendously. He's going to struggle. Nah, they're not talking about Canelo being dirty. They're not talking about the. If you pay attention in boxing over the years, the people that actually get tested positive, they don't really, you know what I'm saying? But the guys that fans want to point the finger with the physiques or whatever the case may be, oh, well, they got to be juicing. They did it with Spence. They did it with Anthony Joshua. Um, yeah, man, they did it with quite a few guys. I think Lamont Roach and Shakur is a great fight. That's a great matchup. A great fight. That's a great matchup. That's a good chess match. Lamont could possibly make it very competitive. He could possibly make it very competitive. Lamont Roach is a lot better than people give him credit for. Yeah, they talked about Spencer's nipples and they say that that's the reason why, bro. I had a homeboy growing up who had those same type of nipples, bro. And he was an athletic freak. He couldn't beat me in a foot race though. He was one of the few people that can kind of keep up with me, but he was an athletic freak and he had those puffy nipples. And we was kids, like 13, bro. He wasn't juicing. So that's why I never endorsed that Errol Spence was on PEDs because of his nipples and shit. No, because I had a homeboy. His name was Eric. He had that same fucking shit. You said T.O. ducking Hitchens. T.O. ducking Hitchens, and I think a few of those guys ducking Subrio though. Subrio's out here. He pressing dudes too. He was pressing Hitchens. He's trying to get those clicks up. Yeah, he's trying to get the clicks up. Give Canelo fans some type of hope because they can't really debate the fight. You know what I'm saying? They can't debate the fight. So they gotta come up with other things. Well, he's cheating. Well, not forgetting the fact that Canelo Alvarez actually tested positive. So let's not bring that energy to this fight. But nah, here we go. Now we gotta talk about Canelo cheating. You said Matias got a fight in November 22nd. I don't know why he talking so much. Matias out here, bro. He been out here. Nah, Errol Spence never popped dirty, bro. He never tested positive for weed either. People say he was high as hell before the fight. He ain't test positive for marijuana. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso and the Seven Dwarfs. That's right. They all tested positive too. No, I don't think Hitchens wants Matias either, man. You said Tank told you, and we listened to Tank, and we listened to Tank. He can't even keep his hands off the ladies. Well, that's what we're listening to now. Come on, man. You watch Fanon's fight party? Oh, the Spence. Oh shit! I never saw it. I know it's good. I know it's good. You said Fanon blamed Henny for Ryan testing dirty. I'm telling you, man, Fanon completely flipped the script. I don't know what happened to that guy, bro. He was not on that type of time early on. You said Bradley said Tank is done. he, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Is Tank done? He might be. Shit. Yo, smash that like button. You said it starts at 1 minute 55:46. Damn, I gotta see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check it out after the stream is over. I'm gonna check it out. I gotta be careful dealing with him though, man. You said I'm gonna tell you what he on. I don't know what he on. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says the snack argument is Terrence Crawford exclusive argument, just like wrong side of the street. But my guys, Virgil and Bam are snack affiliated too. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. It's a uh, Robert Garcia's whole camp damn near is affiliated with Snack, bro. One of the best trainers in boxing, Robert Garcia. They affiliated with Snack, Bam, Virgil, great Mexican fighters, young Mexican fighters. They are on the snack program. Nobody's pointing a finger at them of being on some juice and shit. But so now this is the new narrative for Bud is that he's on some shit. How he gets so big and yeah, Carissa had snack on her outfit. Yeah, man. It's a lot of people dealing with snack, bro. Yeah, yeah. Mikey Garcia's was dealing with snack. He had the whole mask on and everything, preparing for Errol Spence. Snack didn't help him at all against Errol Spence, bro. Come on, man. Boots Ennis was sponsored by Snack. Boo Boo Andre. Come on, man. Yeah, they forget these are grown ass men. Yeah. Crawford can't stay making 140 some pounds forever. Come on, man. He's almost 40 years old. I can make 68 for certain dudes. I can make 60 for certain dudes. You know what I'm saying? Certain guys I can fight. But guys like Janet Beck and them, they might be a little too big. You know what I'm saying? Certain guys might be a little too big. Certain guys might be a little too big. Yeah, Haney deals with snack too. Haney's a juice monster as well. He's just crushing shit, right? What does Snack do for these guys? Right? Let's just say Snack is giving these guys an edge. What is it actually doing for every fighter? Because I've seen Bam have some struggles. I've seen Virgil have some struggles. You know what I'm saying? That shit doesn't determine whether you're going to get your ass kicked or have a struggle of a fight or not. That's just something for people to kind of, Victor Conde didn't do these guys no favor either. Maybe he should have stayed behind the scene a lot more. Maybe he shouldn't be out here giving his opinions and being all vocal and shit. Maybe Victor Conde needs to just shut up and just, let the chips fall where they may. Because, people going to always say, even though people can turn their lives around, not, sometimes guys could do some fucked up shit and then out of nowhere, 10, 15 years later, they're a whole new person. You know what I'm saying? But, boxing fans, people on the internet act like um, motherfuckers can't be on a different side of things later on in life or some shit. Dude was on some bogus shit early on with the Balco, with the baseball players and all that. And now he's, learned to error his ways. He paid his debt to society. You know what I'm saying? But I guess you could say it's a conflict of interest, considering what he knows about the testing and the shit like that. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya knocked out Fernando Vargas. He was roided out. His son looked good, by the way. Emilio Vargas. He looked like he would be a promising young fighter. His son. You said Victor Conte is guilt by association, and strange enough, nobody got caught up yet. Nobody. None of the fighters look extraordinary or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You said my gut tell me Crawford snacking. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is he on the snack program? I mean, he had the shirt on, but I mean, shit. That don't mean he's on the program. I'll say Canelo's on computer all, bro. Canelo's on that computer all, man. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso is guilty. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso, he his fighters got more trouble than Victor Conte's fighters. How about that? How about that, man? Mr. No Boxing, No Life, for whatever reason, all his fighters, whether it was his by him or not, I'm not saying Reynoso's doing it, but I'm just saying it looks very suspect. You know what I'm saying? It gives us a reason to it'll give us a reason to be suspicious. But with Bud and Snack and all that, that's just people trying to find narratives. Because nobody on Snack popped hot, as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a series of seven dwarves testing positive under the Snack program. You said it's obviously a paired fight. No, it's not, bro. Jesus Christ. Everything is not PEDs, people. Bud Crawford just can't. He just can't grow, huh? I think another thing is a lot of fans never seen Crawford is always a disciplined guy all year round. So we always seen him in pretty good shape all year round. So it's kind of strange to see him this big. You know what I'm saying? To where he kind of like, what I'm saying, ain't dieting as much by eating more and shit like that. Growing into his grown man body, letting his body grow. Shit. Really, he's probably gonna just be at his walk around weight anyway. He more than likely to be at his walk around weight. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Tremel Brownie for the super chat. He said, "Salute to the dojo. How about this? I feel Canelo is juicing. Jamal already exposed." Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But we not gonna sit there and do that, bro. We not gonna sit there and just say Canelo's juicing and shit just because it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they just got nothing else. See, we got a lot of ammo over here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even start shooting off the shots today. We just talking about other things. But see, they don't got no ammo, so they gotta look for little underhanded tactics and accusations and little sneaky bullshit because they don't got nothing else. All they got is Gamboa and Snack, bro. That's literally all they got is Gamboa and Snack. There's no more promoters. There's no more he don't sell. There's no more nobody knows him. You know what I'm saying? Remember all that shit they used to say? There's no more none of that. So now he's on PEDs now. They pulled out their last ditch effort, and it's the resort to that he's just simply on PEDs. Super Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, "Forget the braids. Tell Bud to bring back the low cut." I don't think Bud gonna cut the hair again anytime soon, dog. Because if he cut the hair, he may have to cut it all off. You know what I'm saying? He may have to cut it all off. That widow's peak is looking real Vegeta-ish. He may have to cut it all off, so he go probably keep the braids and shit. Or get that Deion Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Treatment on his head on this that Floyd Mayweather. They super scared Bud gonna win the fight, bro. Yeah, he's putting on the weight slowly, bro. That's why he didn't take no fight or none of that. That's why he didn't take no intern fight or none of that. It's still a gamble, but that's why he didn't do it. Like, nah, let me sit back, no dieting, no nothing. Let me fill in. Let me walk around on this weight for a while, for a year and a half, or however long it is been since Bud last fought. He's been sitting down on that weight. And we also must remember when he fought Spence, Crawford looked like he was having a hard. He said he had a hard time making that weight, bro. He said he had a hard time making 47. And he was a guy who was fresher in the weight class than Spence was. So he outgrew 47. You know what I'm saying? He just pretty much outgrew that shit. He hit that grown man spurt again. salute to Boxing Talk for the super chases. How you see Crawford winning? Percentage of stoppage. I see Bud. If he does stop him, it's gonna be by the ninth, 10th round. Maybe the 11th. But if it goes to 12, then it's gonna go to a decision. So, but the percentage of me actually seeing him getting a stoppage, I don't know, bro. I say it's about, I don't know. Canelo got a good chin, man. A lot of people seem to believe Bud's gonna get the stoppage. I'm still on the fence about it. So I say about 40%, 35% maybe. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because he's a really, really good finisher. Not because he's a big puncher or that I expect him to have this monstrous power. It's because he's a really, really, really good finisher. So will he be able to get the finish on Canelo? We go see. Canelo got a lot of work to do in this fight, man. This is a tough fight for him. He got to hope and pray that he Crawford's strength or Crawford's durability isn't there. He got to hope and pray. And that Crawford don't have the speed. Crawford don't have the speed. Because his Bud is fast on his feet. It's gonna be a tough fight for Canelo. You said the question is, will Bud Chin hold up? I don't think he should be sitting there testing that. Honestly, I don't think he should sit there and try it. He should fight a really, really disciplined, focused fight, similar to what he did with Spence. Similar, but Spence was taking a lot of chances in that fight, a whole lot of chances. Canelo's going to be a lot more methodical with his approach. He's going to be a little bit more calculated. He's not going to be like Errol Spence. You know, Errol Spence was just kind of going for it. Canelo's not necessarily going to do that because Canelo, he's worried about getting tired and shit like that. So, but then Canelo also don't want to wait too much with Crawford because then he get trapped in his genjutsu. He don't want to do that either. So this is a tricky fight for Canelo. You said Canelo should have been chasing chickens years ago. Facts, bro. Facts. He should have been doing that shit for years. That should have been part of his training. Because he's naturally never going to have the foot speed that a guy like a Crawford or Floyd Mayweather, Lara, he's never going to have that foot speed. But he should have been training, chasing chickens or something over the years just to make up for that fact, to make up for the lack of natural foot speed. Because his foot speed is real bad now. It's even worse than it was before. It's terrible. You said Canelo gonna break his jaw. I guess, bro. We go see Canelo. It's been a while since he did any damage like that in the fight. It's been a while, bro. It's been a while. You know, it's been a lot of decisions from Canelo. He ain't been breaking no jaws, crushing no spleens. He ain't been breaking no hearts, bro. But I think a lot of Canelo fans gonna be heartbroken September 13th. What the old man say? What Bob say? The old sage Bob. Crawford will beat Canelo either by KO or wide decision. More likely a decision. Canelo is gonna shell up. People don't see how much Canelo declined, not just versus Skull, but even before that. Even an old man that's like 91 years old sees that Canelo Alvarez, he shells up. You know what I'm saying? He shells up, bro. You said Crawford has really good punch placement? Yeah, he do. And Canelo got a big head, so that's a big target. But Crawford do got to watch out for Canelo's catch and shoot hook. That little hook he got is real explosive, and it's almost like a mousetrap type of punch. Like you hit it, wow, it smack you. So he do got to watch out for that for sure, because Berlanga got smacked by that. It's also gonna be different for Canelo because Canelo is for the years he's been used to fighting bigger targets. So now he's gonna be in there with a guy that's a smaller target too. It's gonna be tricky, man. It's gonna be pretty tricky for Canelo, man. This fight, because I think he kind of benefited over the years being a somewhat smaller, faster, explosive guy. But I think now, you know, you saw how sometimes dudes struggle when they fight dudes they size of smaller guys. Smaller guys like Tank, when he fought Pitbull Cruz, he struggled with that dude. When they fight smaller dudes close to when he fight taller dudes, he kick their ass. But when he fights shorter dudes or dudes close to his size, he kind of struggles a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna be the case for Canelo. You said Canelo go pick Bud up out of frustration. Yeah, like he did against Skull and Charlo. Canelo gets frustrated in fights too. When things don't go his way, he gets frustrated. We've seen it. He gets pretty frustrated, man. He'll pick him up, you know. Bud ain't gonna let that happen though. Bud go try to pick him up. Watch. That's gonna be interesting to see how if something like that happens. I don't know if anything like that's gonna happen though. But Canelo do that in fights where he try to show his strength and like he'll lift a guy up. And that's what Jamel did. Jamel stood still for him. He moved around, but Jamel didn't give Canelo nothing to worry about. Jamel was pulling punches. You said I saw Mijimov run when them body shots came through. Y'all overrate that out of that fight. You said Bud was in the shell against Mijimov. No, he wasn't. You said Canelo hit Jamel with everything and couldn't stop him. Nah, he couldn't stop him, bro. I question if Canelo's power is really as great as they say too. When last time he really hurt somebody, bro? Like a body shot stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Berlanga got stopped by Hamza. He dropped Berlanga, but he didn't get stopped. And then Bruno Saras sparked Jaime Menguia. Canelo couldn't even do that. So it's like, wait, man, how good is his power for real? For real. I'm not saying the triangle theories always work, but man, you got the guys like Bruno Saras sparking dudes that you fought. He's sparking them cold. You said that Bud dropped Mitromov? Nah, he didn't. That don't mean he ain't gonna drop Canelo though. And Canelo had a few bad fights. Crawford had one lackluster performance out of how many? You could arguably say Mitromov was Bud's worst performance. Um, I can't even remember the one prior to that. That was pretty bad. But Canelo had quite a few bad performances. John Ryder, quite a few, quite a few. You said Canelo's power definitely overrated nowadays. It seemed like it, bro. Ever since that computer all shit, bro, he's been slowly like losing some of it, some of the shit that he had. Usually, power is the last thing to go, right? What happened to it? And then for the record, Bud beat the shit out of me Jamal though. He beat up me Jamal pretty good. For him to be the small guy coming up, he beat that dude up. Had him wearing shades. You said Canelo might beat Bud up bad. I don't know if he could do that, bro. I see somebody. The only type of fighter I can see beating up Bud is a fighter that can out adapt him and a fighter that's faster than him. A fighter that can out adapt him, that outthink him, and a fighter that's faster than him. Those type of guys may could possibly get some hits off and beat him up a little bit. But we ain't never seen Bud get beat up. Like get beat up. So you mean tell me Canelo's gonna do it? A guy who's probably one of the laziest fighters in the ring. Like Canelo's not that busy in there like that. He's not busy like a Williams Zepeda or no shit like that. He's not busy like one of those younger Latino fighters. He's not that busy like that. Canelo's gonna be worried about his stamina and all types of other shit. He's gonna be worried about the counter punch. He's gonna have to worry about the southpaw stance. He's gonna have to worry about those different jabs Crawford be having. That power jab that he displayed. See, people like to use Mijimov, but Mijimov is just a totally different style than Canelo. They may have a similar build, so to speak, but totally different styles. Mijimov is a high energy fighter, a lot of energy, a lot of movement, constantly moving, real patient, almost counterpuncher. Like he almost was in a counterpuncher in the Crawford fight. He was trying to be more patient than Crawford, to where Crawford would have to lead in the fight. But he was really herky jerky a lot and moving around quite a bit. Canelo just don't have that kind of energy to be moving around every second of every round. He's not going to be doing it. You said we all know Canelo can go 12. Yeah, he can go 12 at 54, 68. But could Bud? We go find out. I think he can, bro. I think by now, boxing fans should be like, man, we got to kind of stop underestimating this Crawford guy. We've been underestimating him his whole career, and he overcomes everything. I think now we just sit back and wait and see what's going to happen now. Because I'm tired of looking stupid, underestimating this dude. He overcomes all these obstacles and shit. And then we got to come up with an excuse as to why he got it done. And then we start looking crazy out here. So I think it's best if y'all just wait and see what happens. Hope Canelo can get it done. Hope Canelo can magically turn back the hands of time and get it done. You said it's a 50-50 fight? Of course it's a 50-50 fight. It shouldn't even be 50-50. Originally, it wasn't 50-50. Canelo was supposed to crush him. Now it's all the way to 50-50. Look at Ross for the hook, man. Mike Jones, come on, man. Now, see, you love it. You love it. You said Canelo loves those ropes when he's losing. Yeah, he do. He likes to sit on the ropes a lot. You said Canelo definitely by decision, but possibly knockout in 10 or 11. Well, he gonna have to get to work. Canelo got to show me that he could beat Crawford, bro. You got to show me, because I don't think you can do it. I don't think you got the speed to do it. You don't even got the foot speed to do it. I think the footwork alone is going to be a tremendous obstacle to overcome. Not to mention the southpaw stance. The fact that Crawford is pretty much a southpaw hybrid fighter, or the switch hitting fighter. So you got to deal with that shit too. The fact that his punches, his jabs feel like straights, and his straights feel, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to deal with all that. So get them sparring partners in, man. Canelo's an old 34. Oh yeah, that knockdown Bud did on Spence, bro. That was the craziest shit I ever seen, dog. That's one of the craziest. You didn't even see it. You know what I'm saying? The uppercut he threw, and then not only did he hit him with that uppercut, he hit him on the way down as well. He still had enough with the same hand. Make sure he hit him again on the way down. So he lowered him until that sequence where Spence thought he had walking Bud to the ropes. Bud let him walk him to the ropes, threw the uppercut at the same time. Spence did not see it. Nobody in the world saw that uppercut. And Spence got hit with it, got hit on the head. He didn't know what happened. That was beautiful. But Crawford got some tricks, bro. Canelo gotta watch out for the tricks, man. He got the 1-inch punch. That he hit Kell Brook with. Had Kell Brook reeling from a jab, whatever that was. It's a lot of little tricky shit, and it's powerful. Load him in, bro. Load him in with that little. He slowly walked backwards and just threw the uppercut. He kind of got hit a little bit too, but he was willing to take that hit to get that uppercut off because it was a counter. Spence didn't even see it. And then he hit him again on top of his head on the way down. Spence didn't know what happened. But Spence got hella heart, bro. Spence got hella dog in him. You said Bud got them pads. See, I just did all that breaking down, and that's the only thing you came up with, dog. That's terrible. You said Bud got them pads. That's terrible. You said you think Bud defense is leaky. I mean, he ain't got the tightest defense, but Bud don't be getting his ass kicked either, though. So it's got to be somewhat good, right? He's got to be somewhat good, right? Nobody be beating him up. His defense got to be somewhat good. You said Bud gets hit a lot. Yeah, like Bud just be all beat up and he be having to go to the hospital after fights and be having to wear shades over the weekend and yeah, he be getting his ass kicked like that, dog. Canelo be lucky if he even lands a big punch. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chases. All they can do is speculate he's on PEDs. I mean, that's all they can do, man. That's all they got. But the guy like Canelo Alvarez, who actually tested positive, we ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't gonna say nothing about his decline and his skill and his speed and everything else. We're not gonna say nothing. We just gonna say Bud Crawford's on PEDs because he's still winning. You say I can't wait till Spence come out and tell us what happened, but haters will say Spence will go tell y'all Bud Crawford beat him fair and square. That's what Spence gonna do. Spence ain't a sucker like that, bro. Spence is not a sucker. I told y'all what was gonna happen with that fight, bro. I told you that was a mismatch. That was a mismatch, bro. You said PEDs. You said Spence was glossy eyed. Well, hopefully Canelo's sober when he goes into the fight. How about that? Hopefully Canelo's sober. He said, "Wait, Dre, the fuck out his." How did Bud weight drain Spence, bro? How did Bud weight drain Spence, dog? They both was weight drained. If you ask me, I don't understand it, man. Yeah, but Kel Brook didn't know what hit him, dog. Kel Brook couldn't believe that shot hit him. He didn't know what hit him. For all Kel Brook remember, he was somewhat into the fight. His speed was kind of matching up with Crawford a little bit. His jab was giving Crawford problems. For all he know, he was in a fight until he wasn't. That quick. And once Bud hurt him, it was over with. You said Arrow took the fight too late. You said how the hell Jeff Horn put up a better fight than Spence? Because Errol Spence was Crawford was extremely motivated for the Spence fight. So imagine when he's going to be for the Canelo fight. He was very motivated for Errol Spence. That was the Super Bowl fight for him. So imagine Canelo. What type of Crawford gonna show up for that one? I'm curious. Curious to know. You said Kell Brook picked Canelo over Bud. He's still feeling the effects of that 1 inch punch. Nah, but Kell Brook is still feeling the effects from Triple G too. Because he thought he can go up and beat up on Triple G, and he did well. But like I said, man, timing is everything, bro. Timing is everything. And it wasn't Kell Brook possibly could have beat an older Golovkin if he had fought Triple G a little later. He possibly could have made something happen, but not that version of Golovkin. Yeah, this is hard to prepare for Bud, bro. Like I said, Canelo's just gonna have to be in tremendous shape and say fuck stamina. He can't let Crawford. He can't let it be too much of a boxing match. He can't let it be too much of a boxing match because if it's a boxing match, Crawford's gonna outbox the shit out of him. Canelo got to find ways to turn into a fight, and he got to really, really capitalize on those moments when he do turn it into a fight if he can. We don't know the full undercard as of right now. As of right now, all we know is it gonna be like a 3-day event starting on that Thursday, I believe. You said Bomac said it best. Spence effed up letting Bud grow into welterweight before taking the fight. Yeah, he did. If Spence should have caught Crawford when Crawford first moved up, like when Crawford first fought Horn, he was still kind of skinny. Um, he was still real skinny when he fought Horn. That was probably been the best time for Spence to capitalize. But Crawford really grew into that weight class. They waited too long. They tried to wait him out and shit. Yep. The fight is gonna be pretty much on Netflix. As long as you got Netflix, you should be able to watch it for free, which is pretty huge. Yeah, both of them was pretty weight drained that week, bro. But Spence been looking like that for years, man. I've been telling he should have been moved up, dog. I wonder what happened to Ugas. Haven't seen Ugas since. He had that good third quarter, and then the fourth quarter of his career, he started falling off again. Then he fell all the way off. You know what I'm saying? But Ugas had that last good in the third quarter when he beat up on Pacquiao and he fought hard against Sean and he put up some good performances and then he kind of just disappeared. I haven't heard from Ugas since. And he damn near beat up on Spence too. I mean, the fight ain't free, but I mean, if you got Netflix, I mean, still kind of getting your money's worth because you'll have Netflix for that month. This is kind of better than the Zone deal, honestly, because you're not about to watch all that stuff they got on the Zone. You'll watch what's on Netflix before you'll watch on what's on the Zone. I mean, every fight Crawford has, they find ways to diminish it. It happened with Porter. It happened with Brooke. Every fight at welterweight, they diminished it. Jeff Horn was never no good. Kell Brook was never no good. Sean Porter was out the door. Errol Spence was shot. You know, Kell Brook was battered. So I mean, what they gonna say about Canelo? Smash that like button for your boy. Canelo versus Crawford debate, episode 14. Man, Errol Spence needs to come back to boxing. I guess he's ready when he's gonna come back when he's ready, I guess, but the clock is ticking, bro. The sport will pass you by. I mean, I do believe that time off is good and rest is good, but the sport will pass you by. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be harder to keep up with the younger guys that's starting to reach their primes and get better as fighters. And then you ain't really been getting better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Errol Spence needs to get back. You said Crawford fought everybody late. How about they fought him late? How about they fought him late? How about they should have fought Crawford when Crawford first moved up to 47 instead of waiting around, drawing imaginary lines across boxing? That's their fault. Crawford's older than all those dudes. What you mean? He's older than Sean, Keith, Danny, Arrow. He's older than all of them. What are we talking? And he was a smaller guy naturally. What are we talking about? Since when did we give the smaller guys so much flack from doing for doing something that smaller guys typically don't do? And that's run through the opposition. By all rights, those dudes should have crushed Crawford. There was dudes coming down from 154 and 160. This is a guy that was a lightweight fighter. None of those dudes, Errol, Danny, Kel, Sean, none of them could make lightweight. Hell, Sean Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs. How the fuck did that happen? Salute to Hollow Nitty for another super chat. He says they'll say Canelo has wear and tear. They prepping. Oh yeah, they gonna say that, bro. But we not gonna give it to him. We not gonna give it to him because Canelo is the bigger guy. Canelo's the cash cow. Canelo's supposed to win this fight. Hold up, let me see. You said Tank ducking the Roach rematch? Yeah, Tank got a lot of shit going on, man. Lamont Roach is the last thing he needs right now because Lamont Roach can put the nail in the coffin for him. Lamont Roach could definitely beat him. Definitely can beat him. But Lamont Roach ducking Gary Russell though. So I find that kind of strange. Gary Russell still got them young boys scared. Lamont said, "Don't mention his name to me again." Like, yeah, it was some ducking like crazy. I'm like, damn, Lamont. Like he don't want no smoke with Gary. I think Top Rank, back when Top Rank and PBC was both prominent, I think Top Rank was whooping on PBC fighters, bro. And I was never a guy who got caught up into, was who was better or anything like that. But just from the outside looking in, and if you want to tally up the numbers, the Top Rank fighters damn near almost always whooped on the PBC fighters, bro. They damn near always whooped on them. You said I ran into him at a car shop. He won't Tank bad. Oh, you said Lamont said that? Yeah, Lamont could beat Tank, bro. Lamont can win that fight. He may not get the shot again though. That's kind of sucks for him, man. That may be an opportunity he may not get again. Hopefully he can get it because I think he can get the job done. And plus, I like watching Lamont fight. He has a really good style, a really good style. It's real technical, but then it's fan friendly at the same time. But yeah, you guys, Canelo Alvarez started camp this week. We're gonna see how things look as weeks go. I seen some fans complaining that they worried that Canelo um, isn't going to be taking this as serious as Crawford because he's celebrating birthdays and partying and stuff still, kind of. But we'll see how things go. Crawford probably started pre-camp. Canelo easing his way into things since he just kind of got out of a fight not too long ago against William Skull. But yeah, man, Canelo better jump on the ball against Terrence Bud Crawford. It's gonna be arguably the toughest opponent of his career, in my opinion. I think he's gonna be even tougher than Floyd Mayweather in a lot of ways because not only do you got to worry about trying to deal with this guy in a box match, but you got to worry about him actually hurting you too, unlike Floyd Mayweather. But salute to everybody in the building. Much love to all you guys for stopping in. Thank you guys for donating to the dojo today. And yeah, man, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.